Alright friends, this is something I hit for a sub goal like a few months ago, but I just haven't gotten around to it. But it is finally time. We're making a Mario tier list. Probably do a couple different things because whenever it comes to tier lists, there's always a few different lights you can look at it in. Is something good for casual? Is there something good for speedrunning? Two very different conversations. Then there's like mainline Mario, spin-off Mario. There's so many conversations you can have, and I think mainly today we're gonna just talk about the mainline Mario games, casually and speedrunning. Might throw in some other stuff at the end, but that's the main focus today. You can see we have all the options to us, but I put the 18 mainline Mario games up here, and we're gonna try and rank them. And very first I'm gonna try, straightforward, objective, casual game tier list that's not about speedrunning or anything crazy, just if the games are good games in general. So, I guess I'll go in chronological order. That's the order they're already in, and yeah. We start with Super Mario Bros. Man, this is already too hard. I give up. Turn the stream off. I don't know where to put OG Super Mario Bros. Because it's like, boom, super influential game, huge for the video game industry. But then it's like, it's kind of simple and like, it's not that crazy. I don't know. Probably around here. It has really good game design, but it's very simple. So I think we'll land it right around a B. I think that's pretty fair. You could say A, but we'll go like top of B tier for right now. We can always change it later. Lost Levels. For this first one, we're trying to be more objective, and objectively, this game is not that great. Like, it's not for everyone, but also this is my tier list and things that I look for in a fun game. Like, if Celeste can be praised so highly these days, why can't this game be praised so highly if that's what you're expecting out of a game? Like, just because it's Mario and it's hard doesn't mean like, oh, this is a crappy Mario game, it's a terrible game. I don't know. I'll probably throw it like there for now. I think it's not too bad. Maybe down here. It doesn't have a lot of replayability, honestly. You kind of beat this game just to say you beat it, and then that's all. Whereas this game feels pretty fun to just go find all the blocks again and whatever. So yeah, I'll probably throw it in D for right now. Okay. Super Mario Bros. 2. This game is sick. I actually didn't like it that much growing up, but anytime I go back, it's just such a fun game to mess around in. There's a lot of different paths through all of the levels. I just learned there's an item in this game, like yesterday. I learned there was a clock in this game that freezes time, or maybe it was a couple days ago, but dude, I just didn't even know that existed. There's a clock in this game that freezes time. Like, there's a lot to this game. Honestly, it probably B tier above SMB1 because it's more complex. There's a lot of level routes. There's multiple characters you can play as. It's a really good game. I know there's always the conversation of, is it even like a Mario game or whatever? But all the people having that conversation probably don't know that it's literally made by Mario Team, like directed by Shigeru Miyamoto. While in development, they were testing it and said, no, it needs to be more like Mario. So they added like Koopa shells and stars and stuff. So it's a Mario game. Okay. Super Mario Bros. 3. As far as 2D platformers go and just the general premise of this, we're probably throwing it in A tier. It has tons of power-ups, which is so sick. A very replayable game because of the warp whistles and just the whole way the game is like laid out. It's just really good. I think there's an argument for S tier. My personal opinion, A tier. That's just the way it is. I think swimming in this game sucks. I think a lot of the auto-scrolling levels are not great. A few of them are like fine, but there's a whole bunch. I don't know. Yeah, all the power-ups in it and all the different paths you can take through the worlds makes it really replayable, and it's It's a really good game. So I'll throw it there for now. Okay. Super Mario Land. This game's not super good. It's great for like what it was on the Game Boy, right? But yeah, it's at the end of the day, it didn't age well. It's as far as mainline Mario games go, it doesn't hold up that well. It's fine, but for the mainline Mario list, something's got to go at the bottom, and it's down there. Just gotta say it. All right, Super Mario World. Yo, Benny, thanks for the Prime sub. Super Mario World's hard. I think I like Super Mario World more than 3, just in general. Again, it has lots of different paths, even more than 3. It doesn't have as many power-ups, but like it's just so charming and great. It's probably S tier. Like as far as 2D Mario games go, in my opinion, it's probably at the top. So like if a 2D Mario game's making S tier, it's probably Mario World in my opinion. Alright, but in general, I think the 3D Mario games are going to dominate up higher and then 2D will be lower, because that's just how it is. 3D games are more complex, they allow more freedom and self-expression and a bunch of other cheesy phrases. Okay. Super Mario Land 2. This game's a lot better than Land, obviously. It's like a whole different world. It's probably up here. Maybe even better than SMB 1. Maybe even better than SMB 2. Like, honestly, it's really good. It, like, the spin attack and the carrot, like, it's a really good game. Definitely B tier. Order, meh. And you can do all the worlds in the order you want. So we'll throw it there. I think it's really good. Top of B tier, IMO. Okay. It is time for SM64. This is a hard game to rank objectively or like for a casual tier list because this game is made so incredibly well. There is so much depth to it, but you can very understandably know that a lot of people playing it will have issues with the camera, they'll have issues with the controls. Now, if I have to really think about this and consider how to rank it, this is my tier list for casual Mario games. And I would much rather a game that's more complex and someone has to tell me, oh, so there's, like, this is how diving works. Like, this is the difference between diving and kicking in this game. Or, like, there is a Mario Cam, you can do Mario Cam C down, that makes the camera better. I think that's a fair thing to have to be told, or at least in my opinion, like, it's there in the game for you to know about. It's not like it's not there and the camera's always terrible, or like it's just random how the movement works. If you can learn that, then it's S tier, like, just objectively, right? And even people that don't know that, I still think the game is made in such a way that it's so fun just to, like, do what you want to in it. Like, just sliding down a slope and, like, jumping off a slope with all the speed you can get in this game, they don't let you do that in a lot of them. And it's just, like, so fun. The way slides and just like moving through all the worlds work in 64. I think in general, like, they just made an S tier game to move around and play with. So yeah, I do understand it can be a bit clunky is the way people like to talk about it, but dude, a lot of games that are harder to move in have the higher skill ceiling, they have like better potential, and even though it's a casual tier list, that still factors in because it's part of the game. Okay, it's Mario Sunshine. Now this one's a bit of a different story. It has all of those movement options that are part of the game in a casual experience, but they're kind of jank and like not super polished, and a lot of the levels are really weird. You have so many shines that are just infamous for being really stupid. Pachinko, mud boat, lily pad, getting the Yoshi over to the lily pad level. This is a real rough one because Sunshine, it's a great game. I think it's gotta be ranked above these, but also it's so weird and unpolished, and you just die randomly, and it's so strange. All the bosses are bizarre. I think I'm gonna put it here, because if I have to say what's like an objectively better game, it goes above these, just because there's so much to do. But man, it falls well below the others in terms of polish and just like good gameness. Move SMB1 down? I mean, maybe. We'll see. These ones might end up C tier. I'll get there. We can adjust at the end. Okay. It's time for New Super Mario Bros. DS. I think this game's super good. I think this game's reputation is now tarnished by a million new Super Mario Bros. Games coming after it. But this game itself is like really good. Yeah, like finding the secret worlds in this game is super satisfying too, because you have to beat the boss and then see, oh, there was like this tiny tunnel. I need to beat the boss as Mini Mario, and then you figure that out. Like, that's a really satisfying moment. Finding all of the star coins and unlocking all the paths is really satisfying in this game. It's just really well made, especially after like there wasn't a lot of 2D Mario, and then they came up with New Super Mario Bros. This game really nailed it. So I think I'll throw it about there. Yeah, for now we might move these down. B tier's starting to get a bit cluttered. But yeah. This one could maybe go up to A, actually. Maybe like low A. Because when I think about it compared to SMB3, it's really good. Like it has wall jumping. The levels are designed really well. We might go low A, actually. And then leave these here for now. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay. Super Mario Galaxy. This game is fantastic, especially when we're talking about casual game tier list. Like, it's such a good game. It's got to be up here. Maybe right here. One problem is the levels themselves. I think the biggest flaw of Mario Galaxy is the levels themselves are pretty linear. Like, it doesn't have the 3D Mario feel of 64 or Odyssey, which do it best in my opinion, of like, here's the world you're in, go whatever direction you want. Sunshine kind of does that too, but not quite as much, because it's usually like, look, there's the boss in that part of the level, go fight it on this mission. Yeah. So, but other than that, like, Galaxy 1 is put together really well. I like the story and whole, like, progression of the game. Dumb motion controls. They're not dumb motion controls. All you have to do is shake. Like, you're not, like, trying to make Link swing a sword exactly 45 degrees or some garbage. Like, you just shake. I don't know. It's not that big of a deal. And yeah, Galaxy is like one of the most polished games I've ever played. That's a good point. Okay. One thing you might not know about Galaxy motion controls, dude. Did you know that, like, okay, so you can spin with Wii Remote or Nunchuck, but if you're Mario, you'll go higher off the spin with Wii Remote, and if you're Luigi, you'll go higher off the spin with Nunchuck. Is that not just bizarre? Like, why even do, why? So weird. Anyway, New Super Mario Bros. Wii. They kept the new super thing. It's stupid to use it over and over, but at this point it wasn't so bad. The adding 4 players is really good. I also think like the world structure of this game, and they added some really cool power-ups like Penguin and Propeller, and there's Yoshi. Man, this is where they added the ability to ride on Yoshi, like suck up your friends and spit them out into a hole. Like, that's just good stuff. Honestly, like, it's a really good game. Again, collecting all the star medals, really satisfying. Yeah. Maybe there. But I don't know. It's hard to say. This list is hard for me to make because a lot of things that I really like about games is like satisfying movement and like fun moments using game mechanics, and that lends itself more towards the speedrunning list. So I'm like, how exactly do I quantify how good this game is? But I guess when I played it, like, I thought it was this good when I was 13 or whatever, so probably throw it there. But I'm different now than then. I don't know. It's hard to say. If I'm being totally honest with you, well, again, this is what I meant at the beginning by, like, there's objective tier list, and then there's, like, this is just my favorite game tier list. Like, if I had to pick my favorite games, I'd probably lower Mario Bros. 3 down, just because, like, I don't have any personal affinity for it that much, but objectively, it's, like, really good, so I don't know how to make this list. Olympus, thank you for 13 months. Like, what makes decisions hard on these is when you already have some on the board and you're like, this game's kind of here, but then, like, it's probably better than... Like, I feel like this game is worse than Sunshine, but better than 3, so, like, how does the list make any sense? You start questioning everything. Whatever, I'm just gonna move on. Okay. We're just gonna say it's the casual list, so all the opinions are weird. Alright, Galaxy 2. I like Galaxy 1 more. Although I haven't played all of Galaxy 2 Secret Stars yet, I've just played through the main game. But, like, the lack of a hub world really bothers me personally. Like, okay, obviously it has the little ship, but, like, I just don't like the ship. It's tiny. The game is even more linear than Galaxy 1. Like, this is, like, the most linear Galaxy game. Or sorry, 3D Mario game, which really, like, bothers me, I guess. But still, it's Galaxy, which is super polished, good, clean gameplay, so that basically gets it A tier all on its own. But yeah. I almost don't even want to put it there. Like, especially because it's my tier list. I will say I have some nostalgia goggles for all the others, but not this one, so that's probably influencing it. But how linear it is actually really bothers me. Okay, I hate when you say 3D Mario games and then people include... Like, 3D Land and World are a different conversation than that. Just call those, like, you know, the other ones. 3D Land, 3D World. We need a different word, because those are not... They're a different conversation. They're not 2.5D either. Just never say that again. How could you... Just Just like take a second, think about what you said. You're saying that's not a 3D game. I don't know. I hate it so much when people say that. 2.75D. Literally the most 3D games on the list, and people say they're 2.5D. It's crazy. Okay. Speaking of those games, Super Mario 3D Land. Forewarning, my ranking of this game will be very different on the speedrunning list than the casual list. For the casual list, I might just slap it there, but it's better than the... Okay, these gotta go down. Like, C tier has to exist. Yeah. I think we're gonna go there. Cause yeah, this game, the levels, like, I don't know. This game feels so different while you're doing your first playthrough and then looking back. Like, when you're first playing it, you're just like, dude, this is a cool game. Especially when it first came out, it was the first game of its kind. But it's hard to rank this game in hindsight because you just look at some of the levels and you're like, nothing's really going on here. Like, I'm just running straight along like a bunch of falling donut blocks for like 10 seconds. Like, that's not that great level. And then there's a ton of levels like that. It's just like random like swinging platforms or like spinning block platforms, like all in a row to the end of the level, and like it's not that great. But other levels are super good. So I don't know. We'll just leave it right there. It's got B tier level design. That's all we'll say. All right. Up next, New Super Mario Bros. 2. Easily the worst game on the whole list. I don't even care if it has way more content and therefore should be above Super Mario Land. This game sucks, okay? You can hate me if you like this game. This game is not a good Mario game. Obviously, it's good in general. Like, if you compare it to a bunch of Wii shovelware, it's way better. But for Mario, oh my gosh, this game is lifeless, soulless. It has no charm. Even all the sound effects sound like they recorded previous game sound effects through like a 2015 cell phone. I don't know what its problem is, but this game is just like the most rehashed thing Nintendo's ever made. It doesn't help that its name is New Super Mario Bros. 2 for the new Nintendo 3DS XL. Like, the worst era Nintendo right here. I love collecting coins. The thing is, like, the thing the game is supposed to be about, where there's moments of like huge coin explosions and you're just getting a ton, those moments are awesome. But they like withhold them from you by making the golden fire flower really rare. That's like the saving grace of this game, is the golden fire flower, and then you get like the golden rings and everything turns gold and it's awesome. But they make those moments really rare, I feel like, and when you finish a level with gold flower, you don't get to keep it. And it's really frustrating. Like, just let me get the coins that you made the game to let me get. You know what I mean? Anyway, I think I've insulted the game enough. Okay. This game would be good if it wasn't for the fact it has no soul. Yeah, it really doesn't. Like, take away all the other games. If this was the only game in the whole franchise, you'd be like, that game's sick. But sorry, it's just on a mainline Mario tier list, it's not good. All right. Yo, Gifted, thank you so much for the gift sub. Gifted gifts up. If you guys like the games, like, it's fine. You probably think Mario 64 is garbage, and it's whatever. It's my favorite game of all of them, so we can agree to disagree, it doesn't matter. Okay, New Super Mario Bros. U. Okay, I didn't play this originally. I only played it on Deluxe when the Switch came out. And it was interesting because for a long time, I'd been saying, they should they're making New Super Mario everything. They need to make New Super Mario World, a game where like it has a cool overworld like Mario World that's all connected, and they need to bring back the cape power up and different colors of Yoshis. And then when I finally played this, it was kind of like that. It has different Yoshis and the overworld is kind of connected. It doesn't have the cape power up, or it doesn't have keys that you put in keyholes. Like that kind of stuff is really good in Mario World, and like no other game has really had that. So my dream of like a properly good Mario World style game is still out there. I hope they don't call it New Super Mario World at this point, because please don't make 5 games called that. But yeah, overall this game kind of suffers the same as the other one. It's just so tainted by the fact that the other ones exist. It's better, but like it's just not great. If it was the only one you ever played, maybe you'd rank it higher, but the fact that the other ones exist on this list really drags it down. Like, it doesn't stand on it by itself very well. Yeah, Twig, anytime I think about a game where you can take a key and find the keyhole in the level, I just get excited. I'm like, why don't they do that again? They sort of do it in Mario Maker, I guess, but you just get the key and it follows you like eggs follow Yoshi and Yoshi's Island. It's not really the same. It's just not the same as putting the key in the keyhole, right? However, Bowser's Fury... Wait, is that on here? Okay, Bowser's Fury is like too new for this list. It doesn't exist yet. But technically I think it is mainline Mario, and it's its own game, obviously. Well, is it even? Like, it would probably get docked super hard for being way shorter than the others, because it's not meant to be its own, like, standalone game. Whatever, we just won't worry about it. But that game does have keys that you put in. You don't, like, find a secret keyhole, but you do carry a key, so that's cool. Alright. I'm leaving it below Lost Levels because I feel like this game has the unique element of this game is supposed to be challenging, and that's like the whole point of the game, and you can have fun beating it because beating it is satisfying. But this game doesn't really have anything going for it like that. Okay, a couple left. Super Mario 3D World. I think this game is actually incredible. Which is weird because on my first playthrough of it, I thought it was okay. I actually was like, this game has no memorable levels, but 3D Land has a ton of memorable levels. And I don't know how I thought that back then, because now when I've recently replayed it, like, I replayed this like about a year ago, and then I learned to speedrun it afterwards. And dang, dude, this game's levels are great. They're way better than 3D Land, and you get to play as 4, secretly 5 characters. So like, this game's just sick. Either top of A or bottom of S tier, in my opinion. Amazing music. Yeah. It's really good, dude. The fact that you, like, this game takes so much of what makes the other games good and is just perfect for them. Like the multiple characters of New Super Mario Bros. Wii, but they actually have different attributes. Because of that, there's lots of replayability. And now, especially if you include the Switch version where you can play online with friends, like, this game's just money. I'm gonna throw it bottom of S. And yeah, that's really my opinion of it. Like, it's just, it's honestly peak Mario in my opinion. Okay, final game. I do always criticize other people's tier lists for putting too much in S tier, because I always feel like S tier should be like super S tier, but I might have to rearrange because I have like too many things in S, but this belongs up here, obviously. Yeah. This game, like, The only problem with it is that it has the linear problem where you can't go to different kingdoms in different orders. Like Galaxy, you get to pick where you go, but the levels themselves are more linear. This is like the kingdoms are great, but you can't pick the order. So that's its flaw. But the actual gameplay itself is super good. It's really satisfying capturing stuff and like, I don't know, finding where all the moons are and whatnot. It's a really good game. The open world concept was not well implemented. What would you change about it, Matthew? Where would I put Bowser's Fury if it was a full game? Because it's so short, probably, honestly, like maybe bottom C tier. Oh, if it was a full game, you mean... I don't think it should be, like... You would have to... Like, okay, let's say Bowser's Fury was Mario Odyssey. Like, that, the stuff you do there would have to be, like, 1 or 2 kingdoms. You would have to really need something to mix up the gameplay for that game, in my opinion, to make it a full game. It has, like, the perfect amount of content, but... If you tried to make a full game like that, I think it would get too boring eventually. But I don't know. You'd have to put more in, basically. Something to mix it up. Okay. Obviously, my S tier is bloated, but I think those are top 5 casual Mario games. So I am happy with the top 5. I just don't know if they should all be S tier. Wait, no, this one's S. This one's 3D World. It gets its own special. Let's make it... I don't know. Can't read that. Yeah, S minus, basically. I do feel like these ones kind of stand out as like... This is like perfect 2D Mario. This is like super polished, but like linear levels, super polished, linear overworld. Perfect video game. And then this is like super duper good, but doesn't feel as like absolutely groundbreaking. Yeah, this one just stays down there. That game should be deleted. Movement is super annoying in 3D World. I don't have that issue. But, I mean, if you're complaining about the camera in that game, you're probably really complaining about the camera in 64 and you're dragging it way down here. So, I don't know. This is my tier list. Alright, yeah. If you wanted me to throw in some spin-offs, I can throw in some that I've played. Like, here, let's find, like, Paper Mario, or, like, Yoshi's Island. This game is so good. Dude. This game is, like, the most beautiful video game that has ever been made. Just stare at it. I don't think Yoshi has enough movement options for me personally to make it S tier, but like the game itself, holy crap, it is pretty. Let's see. I haven't played a lot of these. Actually. Why are they like in chronological but then like a bunch of new games here? Luigi's Mansion, I love Luigi's Mansion. It's like very much not the same genre at all, but like it's like here. Mario Kart games. Oh, that's a separate tier. I'm not putting any Mario Karts on here because that's a we'll start fires. This game obviously is like way up here. you know, somewhere between those two. Same with these. I actually like can't even pick which one of these I like more. I think 64 has better. I basically just think Thousand Year Door has higher peaks and 64 has higher consistently. Yeah, I love where is it? Superstar Saga. Dude, I love that game too. It's like there. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just randomly throwing some in case you were curious. Oh, and also, I will just say, I didn't put like Mario Maker or Mario Maker 2 in here because it really is its own different thing. It's not like supposed to add to the series of Mario games. But Super Mario Maker 2, I think, sick video game. Lets you do so much. Lets you make puzzles, lets you race people, whatever you want. Obviously an S tier video game, just a separate thing to talk about. Okay. Let us return all of these down. First I want to get rid of the extra ones I added. All right. Let's return them all down. Oh, I gotta chronological this. Ready for me to flex my Mario knowledge? Three. Land. World. Land 2. 64. New Super. No, it's Sunshine. Sunshine, New Super. DS, Wii. Galaxy. Okay, it's like that. Galaxy, Wii, Galaxy 2. Then we have, I think U. No. 3D Land. U. 2. No. 2, then U. No, what am I saying? Dude, I don't remember. All I know is it's 3D World Odyssey. But this is probably U first. Wait, it's 2 then U? Is it really? Oh yeah, you're right. What am I thinking? Alright, anyway. Delete. How do I delete? Okay, wait, I didn't need to put them down there. I needed to put them here. Okay, is that right? Did I get them wrong? $3D Land to U. Okay, cool. Okay. Now it is time for the speedrunning tier list. This will look very different. Some of my games I ranked close to the bottom, I think are fantastic speedrunning games. And then like some that were closer to the top might be lower down. We shall see. Let's find out. Gifted, thank you for the 100 bits, dude. Oh, Mount Olympus, I might have missed your sub. Thank you for the 13 months, dude. I think I missed that. My bad. And Benny, thanks for the Prime if I missed it. Sorry if I'm missing anything. Okay. Super Mario Bros. Speedrunning game. Objectively, it's probably lower, but for me, I'm gonna rank it A, I think, because it has a really interesting, unique thing to it where you can literally just do a perfect run. Like, you can say, here is the run that I want to make happen. I want to hit all these strats in a run, and then to get world record, that's what you do. You say, here's what an 1858 warpless would look like. I have to execute exactly this with no mistakes, and you do it. Same with any percent, obviously. This is what a 454 would look like, and you do it. 8-4 is like the only thing different. But yeah, I might move it down. We'll see. But it's way up there for me, obviously. There's some bias there. Yeah. It's hard to, like, make a tier list that's, like, objective and also your opinion. But whatever. It's cool that it has, you can be perfect or whatever. This game is SMB1, but actually just perfect, which is weird that I would rank it here because it's SMB1, except you can't be perfect. But that's why I like it, I guess. This one was cool until we got to that level, and then it was like, I need something more, make it harder so I can't be perfect anymore. And you just get to react to tons of enemy patterns, and oh, it's just a beautiful, beautiful video game. I think Lost Levels D4 Warpless, which is all levels, I think it is the best 2D Mario speedrun. Obviously, it's what I prefer, but I love it, dude. Alright, Super Mario Bros. 2 for speedrunning. Yeah, that game's sick. There's so many cool strategies with, like, picking up enemies. There's a lot you can do with that. You can use them as platforms. You can jump off of them. You can do cool boss kills with them. You can use them to clip through the floor. You get 4 characters to pick from, and every single character gets used in the Warpless speedrun, depending on what level. So yeah, really cool speed game. This game alone, thinking about it, might bump this one down to B, but I don't know. We'll see. Super Mario Bros. 3. Okay, again, this is my personal tier list. I think this is a great speedrunning game, but would I speedrun it? Absolutely not. I mean, I have, but like, I wouldn't put as much time into it as I have others because the cutscenes and RNG are so annoying to me. I really like playing games where if I just pull myself together and concentrate, I can make the run happen, right? That is not the case at all in this game. You could play perfectly and get such bad luck that you just won't get the world record, and that sucks. And like 100% category, like the longer the category, the less RNG based it is, but then the more autoscrollers you have. So I don't know, it's really stupid. You don't have to deal with hands in 100%, but you have to deal with a bunch of hammer bros and autoscrollers. I don't know, it's just annoying. I'm just gonna throw it there. I think the platforming sections are obviously great, really cool running and jumping. I don't like the autoscrollers and RNG. Okay. Super Mario Land. Probably gonna fall in the same place as the other one. It is... Man... Actually, I don't know if I'll put anything in F tier, because I think they're all actually good, but just worse than the others. F tier is like, this is bad, but I don't think any of them are actually bad. This game is unfortunately just kind of simple, so you're just running to the right and jumping. The physics are pretty wacky, and then the real problem is that it's also very RNG based, if you don't know. There's like a little mini game that happens at the end of levels, or at the end of worlds, and yeah, you can just lose time. And because it's so short, that time loss, it's just the end of the run. So it's like if you played SMB1, but at the end of every level, there was just like a 1 in 3 chance you got to keep playing. Like, it's just really stupid. And there's auto-scrollers. Yeah, you're right. It's just not great. Gifted, thank you for the 100 bits. You could not send enough bits. Like, if you said to do a speedrun of it, obviously I'm willing to do a speedrun. Like, it would be cool to be good at all of the games, or especially, like, you know, there's the all all levels, all stars, like the all stars cartridge, all games, warpless or 100%, whatever. Like, sure, that type of speedrun's really cool and I could stand it, but grinding it to like world record level is a totally different thing. Like, it's not just because I'm top level at like SMB1 doesn't mean I can just pick up SMB3 100% and get that in any reasonable amount of time. It would take like years. Just no thanks. Mario Golf with Connect cable? Dang, I never did that. We're just doing mainline games this time around though. And yeah, I think you just barely came in 311, but the first tier list, I already made one that was like playing the games casually, and SMW was up there in S tier. Now we're making another one that's with speedrunning. How good the games are for speedrunning. Okay. Speaking of Super Mario World, this game is good for speedrunning, but it's like missing something. Like, I can't explain it, but it's almost too easy. It doesn't feel like obviously there's a huge skill ceiling, but it's not like there's not enough like tech that you build up to for my taste. Like, anyone can who's just decent at platforming can pick this game up and like run through the first level perfectly, like first try. And yeah, obviously there's super difficult levels with like flying with the cape in narrow spaces and like keeping your speed and all that. But for my opinion, it just doesn't have like what I want, and this is my tier list. So I'm gonna have to just World in 3 at the end, probably. Okay. Super Mario Land 2. This game looks really cool in speedrunning. It does have a little bit of RNG, but it's not huge. Like, there's a witch boss that costs you a couple seconds if you get bad luck. And then every time you enter water, your speed is like different and you have to jump out and get back in or something. I don't know, that's kind of weird, but Mario World's actually the same when you start flying. I think it probably works exactly the same, but I don't really know. But really cool game, actually. Yeah, it's up there for sure. I think, in my opinion, I would much prefer to play it over World in terms of like something I could see myself putting lots of time into. So I don't know. I'll just do that for right now. 64. All right, Sunshine. All right, moving on. Okay, Sunshine. 64 is obviously the best. I'll gush about that game at the end once we get them all. Well, I'll just come back to it, okay? Sunshine. This game has very, very good movement. Very good game for speedrunning. Except, of all the 3D Marios, it by far has the most cutscenes and RNG. And I know that they have recently sort of fixed the cutscenes issue. I mean, there's still plenty of them, but there's like 8 minutes less or whatever. But man, if you're going to have games like this, like a lot of these Mario games are games that are like really precise, like platform heavy, one mistake can kill the run kind of things. And Sunshine, dude, in general as a speed game, if you're going to be like that and you're going to have that much RNG like this game has, it's not for me. That's all I'll say. The movement is super good. But it's kind of like Mario 3 in that sense. Here, I'll do this. Yeah. What's up, Cypher? Yeah, it is. I wish I could put like text somewhere that says like speedrunning tier list so people understand what I'm doing now, but it's whatever. Okay, anyway. Oh, I'll just change my title to that right now. Mainline speedrunning Mario tier list. Forgot I had a Twitch title for a second. Okay, New Super Mario Bros. DS. This is interesting because this game has a blue shell you want to get at the start, so there's some RNG, but you can manipulate it. The levels themselves are pretty satisfying to move through, and it's not too easy to get a perfect time. It's kind of easier, but it's not too easy. So it's a pretty good game for speedrunning. I'm not very familiar at all with like playing warpless of it. I only know the any percent category. I'm probably putting it there. Mario 3 is so hard because like the game itself is so good, but the things, just like the game mechanics that make you lose time out of your control, it's way too frustrating for me. Basically, the way I can justify any of these is, could I see myself, like, how many hours could I see myself being willing to put into speedrunning the game? And that's the order I'm going with. And 3 just, I would rather play this if I'm putting tons of hours in because of how frustrating that is to me. I understand why people want to play it, and it's sick. I'm glad that they do, so I don't have to, basically. Okay, Galaxy. Galaxy is like, there's some satisfying stuff, but the movement is a little lackluster in my opinion. Like, it's just kind of long jumping. Every time you land, it like kills all your speed, which is frustrating. There's obviously some really cool like wall jump and spins and like this one has less gravity stuff. It does have some gravity stuff, but yeah, maybe right there. I don't want to put it in the same tier as Mario Land, but again, Mario Land's not even bad. It's just not as good in my opinion. I can't put it in D. I'm just gonna throw it there. And C's in the middle, so it makes sense to have the most. You know, you have a natural curve. What am I trying to say? You know what I mean? Natural distribution. Normal, yeah. Okay, New Super Mario Bros. Wii. This game has a problem that New Super Mario Bros. Doesn't. Where I was saying, like, New Super Mario Bros. It's not too easy to get a good time. Like, New Super Mario Bros. Wii is too easy to control. I'll say it. It is too easy to control this game, for my taste, in a speedrun. Like, obviously there's big optimizations you can do. There's some really hard strats. Like, the Bowser Jr. boss you have to fight near the end, you have to do like frame perfect hits on him or something, and I don't really know how it works, but honestly that's not a good thing because it's just like one really stupid part that I think a lot of people get frustrated with. It's kind of interesting, but if that's all it has going for it, I think it's too simple. Yeah. Galaxy 2. This one's hard because I enjoyed speedrunning Galaxy 1 better than 2, but that was just because I liked Galaxy 1 more. Galaxy 2 is probably like cooler for a speedrun, but I didn't enjoy the levels as much. I don't know. They're basically the same. They're basically the same. Okay. Super Mario 3D Land. Yep, this game's way up here. I might even go there. Because I think it has even a lot of potential that no one has ever gotten to. Well, yeah, I'll go with that. Okay, this game, if you have not seen speedruns of it, it's so sick. the Tanuki, like, the movement it lets you do and all the skips you get to do with fluttering with the Tanuki, the star medals you have to grab, there's really cool strats for them. When you play the longer categories and you get to play Luigi, you can do the hyperspeed strats. As Mario, you can do hyperspeed strats, but Luigi is like way crazier, and no one's even gotten there. Like, this game is very untapped potential. Even though the any percent record is pretty dang good for how small the community is, the game is still very unexplored, especially the longer categories. The game is really cool. Yeah, this game, the speedrun community of it. Oh, I missed your second 100 bits gifting. I actually did do. I'll send me a whisper so I remember to talk to you about that later. Okay, the 100% thing you're saying. Yeah, Ted found me through 3D Land. Donkey Kong 94 is an awesome game. I've never seen speedruns of it, but I imagine they're cool because it's like platforming, puzzle solving, basically. Yeah, it's really cool. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, 3D Land's, the speedrun community is really hurt because it's on 3DS, so it's super hard to record and no one wants to play it. If I had $1 for every person that said I'd play that if it wasn't on 3DS, I'd have at least $20. I'd be swimming in cash. But that's still a lot if you think about it. I think like ZFG told me that. That's obviously of someone that would bring a lot of eyes to 3D Land. Okay. New Super Mario Bros. 2. Okay. Anytime I describe a cool trick in this level, it's an auto-scroller skip. Or in this game. I'm like, oh, there's this cool trick in New Super Mario Bros. 2. And there's like a platform you're supposed to ride, and you get to fly past it. Or there's this tunnel where like the blocks fly towards you and you land on them, but you can fly past it. Or there's like a part where platforms slowly appear for you to jump on, and you can fly past it. And like, the game has so many auto-scrollers, and it's cool that you can skip a lot of them, but you also can't skip a lot of them. So half the run is auto-scrollers, and the other half is skipping auto-scrollers. And it's kind of dumb. Obviously also hurt by being on 3DS, but I do think it's... because it does have those cool skips, I would put it above Wii, but I'm leaving it right there. Okay. Is it not F tier? I don't think... well, I mean, I think it's better than these two. I don't think I'll put any in F tier, because I think they're all decent speedrun games. New Super Mario Bros. U? See, I don't actually know. But, I mean, it's probably just like this game. Honestly, Mario Land might go above these. Because it does have some really cool strats. But it has auto-scrollers, and it's really short, and has RNG. I don't think I know this game well enough, but it's kind of like this one, but acorn instead of propeller, so just worse. But there's the part where you skip the rocks, Ted. The rock skip part is super cool. And in general, like, it is fun to play. Like, the levels are fun to play. Even, like, once you get the physics down, they are actually fun to execute. It's Also a thing about this game is when you take damage, you don't freeze. It's like the only game like that, which is super cool. And when you grab a power-up, you just grow and it doesn't freeze, so that's super cool. No, it's not a standard damage boost. You have to jump to the rock right as it spawns and jump off of it. And then do like 2 damage boosts, and like all of that can barely get you through the spikes. It's great. Okay. 3D World. This game, it's hard for me to say. I think it more potential than 3D Land, but I personally don't like it as much. There are a lot of strats where you need to use the touchscreen, or if you're on Switch, you would use gyro controls to be optimal, and that kind of drags it down for me. But like the 4 characters and the way you move in this game is so sick. Yeah. Also, one of the coolest tricks in any speedrun I've seen is in 3D World on the Wii U version. You can get out of bounds on the overworld, which, how often do you even get to like move around on an overworld? The one time they let us have free roam on an overworld, you can get out of bounds, and it's useful in the speedrun because it lets you like go to a level that normally you don't have unlocked yet. It's so cool, like coolest trick in any speedrun almost. But yeah, 3D World's definitely up there. Maybe if I speedrun it more, or like earlier, like I've speedrun this game a ton, this one not as much, but maybe I've speedrun this one more because I didn't like this one as much. But yeah, pretty much right around there. Okay, Mario Odyssey. Shoot, this is hard. My S tier's getting bloated again. I kind of want to put it up here because when you watch a top Odyssey player, like from standstill, they do like spin pound, like sideways cap throw or whatever to keep speed, and then they're just instantly going fast, and then they're like wall jump, cap throw, bounce, spin jump, ground pound, like they're just doing a lot of actions really fast, and it's really good. But unfortunately, a lot of those actions are rolling, which looks like this. And when the game first came out, I did do some of the Koopa free runs, and even just doing those, like, it did not feel good to constantly shake the controller. And I can't imagine the people that are grinding any percent in this, like, it's got to be really annoying to have to constantly do that. And sometimes, and to do like the spin cap throw thing, you have to use Joy-Con controllers. Like, why? I don't know. Why didn't they properly make the Pro Controller work? And sometimes you might try and do that and he throws it up and motion controls suck. That's gotta drag it down. Yeah. But then again, I'm thinking about how willing am I to put tons of time into the games. I did say that earlier. That's hard because that moves this way down. I'm like, I don't have any desire to put time into this, but it's still good, so that's just a factor, I guess. That's not the whole list. Well, that's why you run it a bunch. Yo-yo fruits, and that's why I don't. So on my list, it's not. On my list, it is a problem. I don't know where to put this. I probably... See, I hate making tier lists because it's too hard to balance, like, objective and opinion. Because objectively, I think it's, like, here or here. But, like, my opinion, am I gonna play it? No. So, I don't know. My opinion, it's, like, there. How willing I am to, like, actually play the game more? Probably, like, there. Actually, I probably would play Sunshine. I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it right there, okay? I'm leaving it right there. So, yeah. There's my speedrunning tier list for all the mainline Mario games. Nothing's in F tier because I think they're all decent speed games. F means bad. None of them are bad, but these ones are basically lackluster. These ones have some issue, like lots of auto-scrollers and RNG, tons of RNG and cutscenes, not enough movement options. Yeah. These games are just pretty good. These ones are like, this is a really good speed game, and these are like, dude, I'll play this forever. It's super good for speedrunning. Once again, you can say very different things about how to objectively order them. Odyssey speedruns have lots going for them. I'm probably not as willing to put in the time. Super Mario World can get very cool at high level, but it's not my thing. Sunshine, obviously one of like the best movement games ever. It's like here, but also there's tons of jank and cutscenes and RNG, and it sucks. So, I don't know. It's something like that. We're just having a fun time talking about the games anyway. So, there you go. Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't explain SM64. Time to gush. Let's explain why it's better than all the other ones. And that's because they just put way more in the game than they had to. The games, in my opinion, that stand out against all other games in time are games like Melee and Mario 64 and Super Metroid, where they just like went way harder than they had to. They made tons of movement options. There's no other game that has slide kicks and breakdance and kick and punch, and like it has more than any other game. The way you transition from like sliding on a hill to sliding on the ground, you can slide on your belly. There's just so many options, and you can do like whatever you want. The way wall kicks work is great. It's just the perfect speedrunning game. Basically, you just plot your path and you can run it. It's just great. And the caps are, I guess the other caps don't change the gameplay that much, like Metal and Vanish. Like you don't even get Metal in the speedrun. But there's also Wing Cap, which like changes a ton. It's really hard to control. But when you see someone perfectly execute shifting Sandland red coins, it's like, dang, that is some Wing Cap stuff. Also, yeah, it has BLJ, one of the best glitches ever. If you watch the TAS, I mean, of course it has one of the best tool-assisted runs because it's so popular, but it's so popular because it has such a good run. If you watch the TAS a bit, like 120 stars, dude, it's just like peak speedrunning. Yeah, also has a super high skill ceiling, which is always important for competitive games. Like that's like the main problem with a game like New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I don't feel like the skill ceiling is that high compared to, like, basically as you go up this list, you know, outside of like obviously Sunshine, huge skill ceiling, but has other problems with it that make me not want to run it. But this game, it has some RNG. It has like the perfect amount of RNG where you need to react to like do some different coin strats if they fly differently, but it doesn't like kill your run if you're playing well. Like that can't be the one thing that kills your whole run. So yeah, it's just a great game, dude.